1, 2, 3, 4. What's up, niggas? You know it's the best. It's Kaz and Lowkey, the host of Say Less. Oh! You know we got shit every Sunday. We giving you hits like what's happening in the world of school. I don't know, but my butt is cool. Hey, I got nursery rhymes. I do this shit like all the time. I smell you. You smell good. You don't even be in the hood. Look at your hat. It's got a brim. I say, oh, it look like him. Chicago Bulls on your face. Looking like past the mace. Big old feet in the big old street. Lions, then we bringing the heat. Hey, look at your head, bald as shit, no handstand.
Cat's got a little bit of hair. He's back.
I said, what's poppin', y'all? Say less with Kaz and Low. Had to stretch the words, don't rhyme that well. Who cares?
Clearly this nigga's in a better mood than he was on Wednesday. Clearly.
I said, what's up, y'all? It's Kaz and Low, bringing you the new old flow. What's his name? What's in your cup? Is it brown? That's what's up. Whoa. What's up, Poddin people? I mean,
yo, why do you sound like Grandmaster Flash right now?
Those are the best raps ever, bro. Those are the best raps ever, bro. What's going? Oh no! Wait. We got a water bottle. It is clear. You don't know my house is here. Look at my jacket.
But yo, it'd be like the simplest bar, and they would end it like, it's like, what are you hooing?
That's not shit though. Like, don't come on, man.
No, it's funny. It's funny.
We should intro the shit. We should use all this anyway. Anyway, what's poppin', people? It's your boy Kaz. Welcome to the Say Less. I didn't even do it right. Hold on. What's poppin', people? Welcome back to Say Less with Kaz and Lowkey. My name is Kaz, and that's you.
Yo, don't like this about the entire show.
Okay.
What up, my niggas? It's Lowkey. Howard University graduate, straight from New Jersey. Host of hip hop R&B throwback on Apple Music.
Host of hip hop R&B Apple throwback. You don't know where your head at.
Bro, he's going to do this throughout the entire show, and it's going to be so fucking annoying. Anyway, listen to my show on Apple Music Hits. I fucked up the whole intro because Grandmaster...
Listen to my show on Apple Music. It is so good. It will you sick.
Grandmaster Kaz.
Wait, Grandmaster Kaz is a real person.
Grandmaster Kaz was a real man.
With a C.
Not this Nigerian lad. He smells like DJ Vlad.
Bro, if this is gonna go throughout the entire show, let me know now so I can just I'll zoom in from your house.
You want to zoom in from my house install? Put it in a phone call.
When it works, I'm like, okay, that was funny. All right, you got that.
It ain't so bad trying to rhyme these words. Next thing you know, I'm gonna take a turd. That wasn't it.
That didn't hit.
That wasn't it. All right. Anyway, we got Jake in the building. What's up, Jake?
What's up, fellas? How we doing?
Chilling. Adding on the onesies and twosies and the threesies. That's the cameras for folks that no lingo, I guess. And this episode, oh man, gosh, it's still October.
Yeah.
And I mean, I know you've seen online. I know you've seen everybody on the streets getting in there early voting. And you look at Jake's laptop over here. He's got his I voted sticker.
There it is.
You know what I'm saying? Because people are coming out like
in droves.
Like hotcakes. They're voting like hotcakes out there.
I think they said this is the not pre-voting, but the early voting has clipped the actual votes from 2016.
Oh my goodness.
Wait, really?
I think. Don't quote me. I think.
I'm not going to quote you on that. Yeah.
Just look that up. But I think I seen a number where like the numbers that are the turnouts that are going on right now.
I'm not going to quote you on that. But what I am going to say, because we'll continue on that. What I am going to say is, that means it's working. Yeah. That means these early voters are working. You don't got to wait until November 3rd to cast your ballot. I mean, obviously the world's listening. In most states, obviously you can vote early in October. Request your mail ballot if you haven't already. I mean, I think yesterday might have been the last day, but Friday it would have been. But anyway, you can still request your mail-in ballot and return your completed ballot in the mail and in person, or vote early at early voting locations. There's no time to waste. Treat every day like election day. I feel like we've all got the message. Everybody's been voting like hotcakes out here. But to make sure all voices are heard, make a plan to vote and be an October voter. I'm an October voter. I got my ballots. They're getting dropped off this Monday. And I got them from andstillIvote.org. I went right to the website. It was super easy. 2 days later, I got my mail-in ballots, and I'm ready to go. So shout out to the Leadership Conference and Education Fund for that ad. But I mean, that goes without saying. Everybody is out getting out the vote right now, like in droves, like things I've never seen. Like obviously, a big part of that could be voter suppression. Obviously, it could be just way too many, or there's just way too many people registered to vote, and we don't have systems in place to get this many people. You know what I mean? At the polls and to work those polls. That's why a lot of the athletes, when people are talking about they're turning stadiums and sporting arenas and baseball fields into eligible polling locations. That's a huge thing because if you looked in the news, you've seen people just lines out the door.
Friday. Like when I was on my Revel, going through the city, and I was in Midtown. I think it was like Columbus Circle or like a little bit above. There was like a voting site, and it was just like a line.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, that's the word.
Yeah, man.
Get out there and do it, and this is important. This is one of, if not the most important.
It's the most important election.
It's the most important election.
And
you're just looking at all the stuff that's going on. Just how Trump is conducting himself. I mean, how he has been conducting himself in the administration. I was watching CNN this morning with Jake Tapper and the chief of staff of the White House. And they're like, we're not going to try to control the pandemic. And it's like, bro, that's your job. You have to control this shit. Like,
I mean, at least they admit it. At least they admit they were just
we
like,
knew what it was, but it's like, you can't outright say that publicly and be like, yo, we're not going to try to control it. And, we have therapeutics and vaccines. It's like, y'all don't have anything. Y'all don't have a health plan.
I see
y'all
where,
don't have a healthcare plan.
I see where they're coming from though, because I feel like this is kind of too little too late anyway. Like this shit's out.
So now they're just leaning on it.
So now they're just like, well, do we continue to try and, contain this thing that's already out of control? Or do we focus all our efforts on trying to curing or getting the vaccine and just tell everybody, oh, just calm down. It's okay. Hundreds of thousands of people are going to die. Just kind of normalize it. It's what they're trying to do. They're trying to normalize the fact that like at least 200,000 of you guys, like best case scenario,
I think there was like 9 people in Mike Pence's circle that have it now. Yeah. And it's just like, how do the top people, the most protected people in America, obtain this fucking disease?
Because I think everybody has it. I think everybody has it or has had it.
Yeah.
Like it's I know we're doing like lots of testing and like in a weird way, this is, I'm not going to say I agree with the president right now, but they are doing hella testing because and of course the numbers are going to be high. Yes, you're doing hella testing, but it's also because you need to do hella testing because everybody got this shit. And like you got to do something to, maintain these numbers. So it's weird, man. Like it's,
it's a catch-22, the whole situation, honestly.
And shout out, man. I was gonna say shout out Bill Burr because he had a great bit about this being like the perfect disease, where it's just like, yo, it's really like, I know it's awful. Like not seeing their family is awful, and not not having to go into an office and like people losing jobs is really awful. Like this is some awful shit. Like it's not make it miniaturized. But like all you have to do is wear a mask and chill out at home for a good couple months and years and keep yourself like occupied and not go nuts. That's all you have to do. The thing that really scares me about all this, right, is that like, oh yeah, like granted, you do all that. Like the only people that are really going to suffer are your loved ones and your people that are already sick and old people in your life, which are probably the people you love, like your parents and your grandparents, and they'll die if you're just kind of reckless and
all
visit them
willy
and willy-nilly they get sick and they will die. Which in Bill Burr's case, yes, like it's the perfect social disease. It's the perfect cleansing of fucking idiots. Like it's a really simple thing to do.
But he's always
he's got a point.
Bill, if you know Bill Burr and you watch his stand-ups and you know his rhetoric and his narrative, he's always had a problem with the population.
He's like, there's already too many people here. There's too many people.
He's not wrong.
He's not wrong.
Yeah,
it's
not
like, all right, like
Source wise.
I am walking through the minefield right now of how I'm choosing my words.
I can't wait for this shit to come out because I'm waiting for you because I know what you're trying to say.
I'm on the minefield, like,
and you're good with words. So I'm gonna see if you're gonna say if you can say.
Let's see if I can stick the landing.
I'm gonna see if you can stick the landing.
I'm gonna see if I can stick the landing right here. Okay, it's awful what has happened in the world. Okay, it's really awful. But let's look. Let's take a step back real quick. All right.
Yo, what he's trying to say is some of y'all niggas need to go.
Some of y'all niggas need to go.
That's all he's trying to say. Some of y'all niggas need to go.
Like, yo,
I'm gonna say it for. I'm gonna jump off that cliff.
From March and April, I was terrified.
Right.
Like from the peak of the pandemic when we didn't know nothing, nothing.
Right.
And you just heard people were dying, and it's coming to America,
right.
And all the NBA has it. And Tom Hanks.
I'm like, this. That's a contrast. That's a big contrast.
Only
all
like
NBA,
the rich people can
I'm
get tested.
like, everyone in the NBA, all your favorite, your favorite sport? Yeah, they all have it, and so does fucking Forrest Gump. And they're gonna die. What?
And then his son turns Jamaican. That was the biggest 180 out of all this shit.
I mean, to be fair, he was Jamaican for.
It was just funny. It was just funny how it all unfolded.
But like how when it first popped off, like first March, April, obviously the biggest fear is the unknown.
Right.
Because nobody knew how all like are people gonna be walking and like their fucking skin's gonna melt off and shit? Like, is it gonna be like the fucking Walking Dead, like Zombie Land type shit? Like, what is gonna happen? So it's couple months. What is it? October now? October?
Yeah, October.
There was a lot of idiots out there, right? That put this guy in office.
A lot of them in Georgia too. But we'll
a lot of idiots out there that put this guy in office. The whole time this guy's in office, I'm like, yo, this is fucking awful, man. This, like, what? How did we get this? Who put these people? Who made this possible? Like, who? I mean, like, we can go political, Republican, Democrat. There's some shit I could say you make a good point about this. But, like, who collectively thought this was the guy to represent you? That being said, those seem like most of the guys that aren't really listening to the whole mask thing.
Some of y'all can go.
I mean, we gotta let some people go.
If we gotta do it.
If you're gonna be that proud, that boastful, we don't need this is America. We don't need no mask. And,
bro, like I look at that.
If y'all that
I look at it like this. Like, you know when you go through your phone, you go through your photos, and you press that select tab, you gotta delete some pictures.
God delete some.
If I could just go through America and press that select tab on some of you idiots. Select, delete.
It's like, man,
it's so easy.
Bill Burr was like, yo, this is the perfect it's a godsend. It's the perfect disease.
Natural
it's like, yo, if you don't want to die, right? Use your fucking common sense. Listen to the scientists. Stay a yay feet away from somebody. If you're feeling sick, stay home. If not, if you got to be out, put on a fucking mask.
I don't get it. I just don't get
It's simple shit.
I don't get it.
I feel like in the sense, we've all seen scary movies. We've all seen zombies and pandemic movies. This seems like a pretty D-level pandemic, right?
But
like,
you also know
we ain't get the real shit yet.
But you also know white folks always want to, investigate the scary room.
Yeah.
So I feel like the pandemic is them investigating the scary room.
This
like,
is it.
What's up there?
Yeah.
I heard a noise. Let me go and see. That's like them going outside without a mask.
Which
It's
to
like,
their
bro,
credit,
put the mask on and you won't die.
Which to their credit, you need white people to do that white people shit. You need them. You need them to go out there and be like, I ain't wearing no fucking mask. This is bullshit. This is.
Okay, go ahead.
Spikes in cases, people dying. Grant Meemaws got on a ventilator. You can't even stand around her while she's passed away.
Why you say Meemaw?
That's Meemaw.
Is that like that wrong? Good.
Meemaw.
Meemaw. Bring me some roast beef. Meemaw. That's how they talk in Montana and shit.
Montana?
Meemaw. Yeah.
Well,
I'm sorry.
Anyway.
Okay.
Those are the folks, all right?
Yeah.
Have you been to Times Square lately?
Yeah, I drove through there.
Drove through there. Stop right there.
Well, no,
you drove through Times Square.
On my Revel.
You drove
on my Revel
through Times Square.
Yeah, yes. Sir.
Could you even say that sentence to yourself last year?
Yes. What are you getting at?
There was too many people.
It's still a roadway, nigga. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but like how smooth was the drive? Like
I was on a fucking scooter.
I mean,
it was very smooth. I was going through traffic like
hella smooth.
Yeah.
You couldn't do that shit last year.
Okay. Oh, I see what you're saying.
You couldn't do that shit last year.
I see what you're saying.
It's a pretty D-level pandemic, yo. It's
and the crazy thing about
it's a training wheels like it's a training wheels social cleansing.
The crazy thing about this is the Obama administration literally left them the handbook on how to deal with these kind of diseases.
And Trump said, we don't need this.
And they they just got rid of the entire department that does that in the White House. So it's just like, it's just so funny that it's coming during an election year. It's like, was this planned?
I think so. I don't know. That's also what freaks me out.
It didn't happen in any other 3-year process from 2016 to 2020. It happened 6 months before an election. Yeah. And it's like, really?
Yeah. It started in November.
Huh? It started back. But it's like, that's the buildup. It's like the drama. Like,
that's the rollout.
Yeah, it's the album rollout. And it's like, damn, nothing in 2016, nothing in 17, 18, 19. Y'all want to do this shit 2020 when you know this is the election.
But that's why I'm saying though, like I
hate America sometimes.
They threw the pretty much the pandemic plan team out, right? Mm-hmm. This happens. Most of the world gets it under control. Like even the place it originated, they're like, yeah, it got pretty bad, but like,
we figured it out.
Like, here?
Our dumbasses.
No shot.
No shot in hell.
Like, what's going to happen when we get like the real deal fucking pandemics?
I'm going to New Zealand.
Like, what happens when we get the real deal, like flesh-eating murder hornet on steroids?
50% mortality rate.
Like 50%.
Bro,
like you're gonna die.
Are you writing this script for what's I Am Legend 2?
Because you know that shit is coming. It's going. Like we've already seen what something as easily preventable as this has done to us. Right. When that shit that comes where it's like, oh, masks. Yeah, they eat through masks. like, what's gonna happen when it's like, oh, like, remember like breathing? Like, yeah, once this like new murder hornet with COVID roids like bites you, like you like shit out your lungs.
Murder hornet with COVID.
All I'm saying is like the worst is yet to come when it comes to like global.
You have one of the best imaginations I've ever.
I appreciate that.
You really do. I like that.
I didn't have a lot of friends growing up. lots of imagination.
You have a vivid imagination.
Very vivid. Now I vomit that imagination onto the world.
You're very good
every day.
You're very, very good.
Whether it's podcasts or writing shows or doing this or
you're
this imagination vomit.
Your regurgitation of words and thoughts and images is very, very, very explicit.
You know what's fucked up?
What?
Nah, I'm not gonna say.
All right.
Patreon.
I'm not gonna say. Did you see Kanye on Joe Rogan?
I didn't watch it yet.
I saw
a friend of mine, a friend that me and you both know.
I know.
She hit me. Oh, she hit you too?
Yeah, she hit me too.
She was like, yo, he's on Joe Rogan. Go watch it. And I'm like, because it's you, I'll watch it.
Yeah. But you didn't watch it. Well, I watched it.
I'll watch it tonight.
I watched it.
I'll watch it tonight.
And I say...
Yeah, what was your takeaway from it?
My takeaway from it was his thought process is a little bit more understandable.
After watching that?
After watching it.
Okay.
There's still a lot of shit I really don't vibe with. A lot of shit I don't vibe with.
Right.
But his thought process, I have a different understanding for now, right? Like
in a positive sense, or just understanding.
No positive or negative sense either. Just like a more of like, okay, I see what's going on here.
Okay,
like I see how this man thinks. Like he said something that was like, and I'm probably gonna fuck up the direct quote.
Yeah, come on.
But he said something along the lines of, when I rant, it comes out, you know, it's not a rant, it's a symphony of ideas, right?
Okay.
And when you break down all these Kanye rants that we've all seen and heard of in the past like several years, right? He always says a lot of bullshit, and there's always like there's one or two nuggets in there where I'm just like, oh, there's the genius, like right there.
Mm-hmm.
But it's muddled in a lot of bullshit. Like a lot of bullshit. Like you really gotta.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what you're trying to say. You know what I mean? And I feel like I personally have. I don't want to speak for you, but I feel like I've given him more of a benefit of the doubt for that because of the art and the music that he's kind of given in the world. Like after watching that, I'm like, oh, he's dead fucking ass about running for president. Like he's dead ass.
All right, so here.
Huh? You thought about it in the shower?
That's what he's.
He thought about it in the shower. Yeah, no. Like
That's what he said, yeah.
For a while, I was with you. I'm still thinking music Kanye. I'm still thinking I got something to sell. I got sneakers to sell. I got this. I got that.
Yeah.
I'm still thinking that sort of Kanye. I'm just like, now after I've sat and thought about it, I'm like, oh no, like he really, really wants to be president of the United States, and he really believes he can do it. This isn't like
I see it. I understand it. Like the point you just made about the nuggets.
Yeah.
And the saying so much so much bullshit, and then you finding that one gem like, oh, I get that. Okay, cool. I understand what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to this, because he's still promoting music.
He's still promoting music.
He still put out a single.
Which again, one thing we gotta keep in mind with him is that like music is the reason why he's running for president is because he believes so much in how much change he's made culturally in music and all this other stuff that he feels like he can take that same energy and thought process and like save the world with it, which is fucking nuts. Which is when it's just like, all right, like that's why I'm just like, all right, well, this is where you lose me.
The thing is,
but
like,
now I understand where you're coming from.
The thing
right?
is, like, I've always understood his mindset, and when it comes into regards of how he views the world, how people view him, how he wants to inflict change or whatever the case is. I get that. Like he spoke in his music about that from the jump.
Right.
So we knew that path. We understood like Kanye wants to change the mold. Kanye wants to change the whole landscape of everything. Cool. I get that. That's set in stone. When it comes to things that people aren't necessarily informed about we know him, right? So when you enter the political, arena, and you bring them with you,
that's again that's where it loses me too.
That's the dangerous part.
That's the danger, because it's like it's almost like you're kind of being reckless with your
and it's not funny. Like it's like
with your following.
It's like, oh, write me in, and it's like, bro, like that's detrimental, not to music, not to culture, but to livelihood.
Yeah.
And
but he's dead ass. But he thinks
I know he's serious.
He truly,
and that's the part that I don't like, because there's no one around him saying, "Yo, listen, this is not the Grammys. This is not the VMAs. This is not that. This is America. This is the world. Like, you're entering a different realm of shit that you can't come back on. That people aren't as forgiving. That people will set out to kill you because you're playing with livelihoods. You're playing with money. You're playing with religion. You're playing that's not fun. That's not fun in games.
That's all politicians, though.
I understand
that's
that, but
all politicians.
But politicians
which is what makes it fucking weird, because it's like, what's so different between? I mean,
I can't.
There's not that much difference.
To
Low's point, there was one thing he said, and I might get the quote wrong, so Kaz can fill it in. But he was saying, like, basically when people give him advice, there's like, he looks at it like there's so few people that can actually relate from experience,
right,
to like what he's doing or what he's done,
right.
Where, like,
and I get that.
No, I get that too.
Like,
I get
take
that.
him seriously.
I get that. It's like, why would he listen to anyone else?
Like, he has that. You should, in theory, like, he has a right to not listen.
Yeah,
based off credentials. But I'm saying, like, for the sake of being X, Y, and Z, like, you should definitely be listening to feedback.
Yeah.
Like with music wise, yes. You probably shouldn't.
He was talking about in like general.
No, I'm just saying. I'm saying, like, for myself,
musically,
musically, I get that. You probably shouldn't. Like, because like you've conquered everything that everyone said that you couldn't. So it's like, I've done it my way. I'm gonna do it my way. When you enter this realm, there's a whole there are so many other nuggets and loopholes and potholes that you gotta jump over, ease through, or whatever the case is. So you probably should listen or have an idea of what it is. You know what I mean? Like, that's my thing. And it seems like he's not.
He really thinks he's a genius. Like, I'm not saying he's not. I think he is a genius, but like, he defines himself very much in that term. Like, he kept bringing up, bringing up like Steve Jobs. Who else?
Walt Disney.
Yeah,
but like,
he always references them. He always references them.
We can't, like, gosh, it pains me to fucking say it. Can't act like he doesn't have like a dog in the fight.
He does not have a dog in this fight.
Not in the presidential fight. I mean, in a fight of like sort of idealists, as far as like creatives.
No, of course, yeah.
Like, as far as like,
he might be one of the biggest dogs in that fight.
Yeah, like, it's like when you think about like right now, like right this second, who are some of the people in the entire world that can really shift
I think
culture,
this situation is letting him,
like, the fact that his success merits us telling him, yo, chill the fuck out, because we know how popular he is, and this election is too important for that fuck shit right now.
This is what I'm saying to you.
Exactly. And that's where I get lost. But I do believe, like, he's gonna run again. Like, I do believe I really think he's gonna.
If you get informed, if you do the necessary work, you do the necessary practices, you put the necessary people around you, if in 2024 this is your MO, got you. You're playing with fire right now.
Yeah.
And you know you're playing with fire right now.
He doesn't know.
He has to know that.
He knows.
He has to know that.
He wants the fire. Like, that's the thing. Like,
this is not the time for that.
That's the thing what I'm trying to explain to you, and which I get from him now. Like, like, there's as much as I do not fuck with dude, like, there's truly at least a little bit of me in him. A little bit of me kind of is in awe of somebody who believes in themselves that much.
Yeah.
Like, that much. Like, and he has reason to. You know what I mean? Like, and
I can find the admiration in that.
Anybody who's listened to this podcast knows I'm not riding dick. I'm not fucking, saying like I've not been the biggest.
Kanye.
I've never
Kanye
been the biggest. I mean, I was a Yeezy stan probably up until like Life of Pablo, and I've fallen off for a while now and the antics. But like, again, I say all that to say, like, this doesn't change any of that. I still feel the same way about him.
Yeah.
I just have a better understanding of the way this motherfucker thinks.
Yeah.
It's something about seeing somebody in an unedited podcast form when they're just going and they're just seeing them fucking just talk and see how literally 1 out of every 4 things that comes out of his motherfucker's mouth is genius. It's like he'll say 3 things where you're just like, nigga, what? What? That's That's stupid. And then he'll say one thing or like a half a thing in between those like three and a half things. That's just,
I think that's how I think that's how he views Trump.
Yeah.
I think that because they are very, very similar in how, like you just said, how much they believe in themselves and what they're saying.
But like Trump, none of that outweighs all the other bullshit.
My point.
None of that outweighs all the other bullshit.
Point.
Like if you put a gun to my head and I got to sit there and sift through all the bullshit that is the commander-in-chief, I'm not going to do it. But I'm sure if I had to sit there and sift through, I'm sure I could find something that's just like, well, got him this far, got to work somehow. You know what I mean? But doesn't outweigh all the other bullshit. And that's why that nigga got to go. That's why that motherfucker got to go.
They said Monday.
Oh, for the chicken? All right. Should we shout him out?
No, not that chicken, the other chicken.
Oh.
Our chicken.
Good chicken.
Yeah, Monday.
All right. Shout out Revolt. We can shout them out. Y'all want to inside? This is how these things work. This is how these things work, guys. You guys want to peel back on the curtain?
You said we can shout them out. Shout out to the hashtag Revolt Summit.
The Revolt Summit, baby. Sponsored by AT&T. Y'all already know.
Yo, you a funny motherfucker.
Gotta love Revolt, baby.
You a funny motherfucker.
Shout out Puff.
Revolt shout out Stickies too.
Shout out Stickies.
We're gonna get some chicken tonight.
Man.
Double up on the chicken.
It's cool that Revolt still shows love though.
No.
You know what I mean?
No. We fuck with that.
You see, people always got like slick shit to say about Revolt. Not everybody.
Nah, you see the comments.
You see the comments.
Yeah, you see what's going on.
You'll never see me say something bad about a black-owned cable company. Ever.
Nah, I mean, you'll never see me say
even if
about anything black-owned.
Word, period.
You're not gonna see me say nothing negative
you've
about
earned enough. You've earned enough leeway with me, black folks. You've earned enough. I mean, I will never shit on a black-owned company.
If you black-owned, you're attempting to do the work. Now
I see the landscape. I know what you're working with. I know what you're up against.
Yeah, you're attempting to do.
I know what you're up against.
Since 1982, black owned. Shout out to Ed.
Yeah.
Shout out Sense.
They're supposed to pull up on us too.
You know what I mean?
But yeah, if you're black owned, you're attempting to do work, and we recognize it. So
absolutely.
Everything, any and everything. Black
absolutely,
owned,
and I feel like everybody should take that same stance.
Yeah.
Like you putting money in black folks' hands. You putting black folks on the screen. Give them their first opportunity. Giving them opportunities to create and put them on the screen that a lot of people probably will never have seen before. You all right with me, bro?
You know what?
I'll always show love for Revolt for that.
We also got to plug this. Cam has that conversation coming up. The mentorship versus what is reality?
Self-care.
Yeah, self-care is like what mentorship, reality versus the idea, or is that what it is?
Yes,
that's coming up Wednesday. So by the time y'all watch this, it'll be Monday. So then Wednesday comes.
I have lots of thoughts on that.
And I want him to get those off first before we jump.
We'll have a nice follow up.
Yeah. I want him to get his shit off with that first.
Make sure you check out his Zoom. You go to Coolest Kids Out Instagram. All the info's right there.
Yeah, it's there.
They're trying to
But that's a needed conversation that has to be.
And you know what it is? A lot of motherfuckers. I know it's probably starting to happen to you a lot too. But like a lot of people like DM you about stuff we talk about, and want to know about like career paths and like how. You got the certain ways and like the ups and downs and all that bullshit. Cam's a great guy to know. And, if you got a chance to check out these
self-care joints,
these live conversations that he has with people from all walks of life. You know what I'm saying? They don't got to be super industry cats, but there's literally people from all walks of life.
Just people experiencing their area of living.
Right. So get into that if you can, man. This is great. Great conversation.
We're gonna have a follow-up conversation with that.
Definitely. Yeah, we're not gonna do it now. We're not gonna stomp on that. We're gonna make sure we have a great follow-up for that.
Yeah, that's it.
Next week. So, shout out to everybody that fuck with the Patreon, yo. Patreon.com/say less, man. Like, yo.
Don't say less.
Patreon.com/say less, man. We're gonna be giving you that extra episode a week. I mean, shout out to everybody who like rocked with Say Less from the quarantine days when me and Jake was banging out episodes every day.
There was like 30 people subscribed to the Patreon. There like no content.
With no content on there. Nothing.
When y'all was doing that, I was looking at y'all like, what the fuck are y'all doing? I'm like, every day?
Yeah.
Like, I know you're a smart guy. Like, I'm not undermining the content that you can produce or whatever the case is, but it's just like, bro, that gotta be exhausting.
It was.
That has to
It
be.
is. And I feel like I always have these breakthroughs at the peak of my exhaustion.
That's a very
I always have these breakthroughs at the peak of my exhaustion. Like,
that's a key point.
By the time I was too tired to do episodes every day or 3 times a week or once a week, twice a week, I'm like, I need a co-host. I need somebody to bounce this off of. Bling! Enter Lowkey. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I don't know if I could
there's
do
a
it.
little bit of a gap with Whistle.
Whistle Sports too. Shout out Whistle.
Yeah.
Still, shout out Whistle on the Snapchat, showing love.
I was like, I
Snapchat
don't know if people want to hear me talk or.
Well, they are. Stop. We've heard the combo already, motherfucker.
But you know
We've
what?
done it. I didn't know so many people wanted to.
I already told you last night what happened. Like when
I didn't know I had such a great opinion.
Low got his first podcast.
My first podcast look last night.
Podcast look.
So I'm at Sahara. I'm at Sahara last night.
Do you know dude's name that came up to you?
I forgot it. I'm sorry. He
right.
didn't introduce himself.
Yeah.
So I'm at Sahara. So I'm sitting there chilling by myself, smoking whatever. And I see dude in the front, like they're waiting to get in. So I'm just like chilling, whatever. So he walks up. I'm watching something on my phone. He was like, yo, you low key, right? I'm thinking about to say like, oh, do Say Blues or Apple Music? He's like, you low key from Say Less podcast, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. He was like, yo, y'all shit is dope, man. I fuck with y'all. Y'all funny as hell. I'm like, yo, respect, my G. I appreciate it.
Brick by brick, baby. Brick by brick.
Excuse me?
Feels nice, don't it?
No, it does.
Feels nice. Not gonna lie.
Because I've been with Rory when that's happened. Yo, Rory, Joe, and Rory hates that shit.
Yeah, I mean,
Rory,
because he probably gets it
way
more than all of us. Way more. Shit. Like, my Hideout Flagrant 2, like, even to this day, it's still, Flagrant 2, Kaz, man, it's fucked up, dude. Like, every day.
Yeah.
Every single day. like, whether it's in the comments, whether it's, like, in person, every fucking day. Every fucking day. Every fucking day. Somebody asked me about Flagrant 2, yo.
Yeah.
Every fucking day. I'm okay, guys. I'm fucking okay. I'm not going to give you what you guys all want. That is not there.
Not happening.
It is not happening. There is no dirty tell-all book. There's no fucking, what really happened? That ain't me. Stop asking me.
Sorry.
I had one fucking statement back in the spring,
Sorry.
and that's the last thing I've fucking said. Stop it.
Till episode 10 of the Patreon, so sign up.
Fuck you. We still got to pee on you for 10K, by the way.
Leaking the Patreon.
You want to know what that has to what
You want that? You know we want that conversation?
Want that combo?
Sign up to
Patreon.com. Slash Say Less.
So yeah, I think me and Adam was talking about this outside, but T.I. and Jeezy is now official.
Yeah. What you wearing? 5X white tee?
Bro.
I used to hit the kitchen lights.
Black
marble floors everywhere.
Black 4X white tee.
Yeah.
Jabot's jeans. And some black Air Force Ones and a black bandana. You know what I mean? That's that battle right there.
Boy, G's around.
I want to be in I want to be in ATL for that.
And young Jeezy. DJ Drama's not doing not. I
literally tweeted that. I said I hope
if he's
Drama,
not fucking Mills Lane of that shit.
I was like, yo, I said I hope he helps Jeezy do his picks.
Yeah.
But I know he's just as important to T.I. as well.
Drama got to be the motherfucking. He got to be the ref.
Drama got to host it.
Yeah.
Drama has to host that.
If like that, the songs don't hit the same if you don't hear holiday season. Gangsta Chris Hills.
A lot of y'all niggas, man. A lot of y'all young niggas do not understand the importance of a DJ Drama Gangsta Grills mixtape because a lot of these artists that we love and know today have found that formula through that
man, we old, bro.
Blueprint. We are very old.
We old.
And I'll even take it a step further. DJ Clue mixtapes.
Yeah.
I'll take even further back. Not further back, but like K Slay, Cutmaster C, Big Mike, Tape Masters Inc.
Tape Masters Inc.
DJ Envy. You know, shout out to my guy Big Splash. Bro, it's like the mixtape thing that was me. That was my streaming thing. You know what I mean? When you went to the market, you came to the city, to the barbershop to get those Clue mixtapes, to get those Big Mike, K Slay, Cutmaster C, Green Lantern. You know, when you got those mixtapes, and it kind of correlates to the shit about the Snow Day stuff. You'll never be able to experience that kind of feeling. Because when we went to get those mixtapes, those were like, oh shit, Kiss dropped a new freestyle. Fab dropped a new freestyle. Oh, a new whole freestyle. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like the way I feel about Drake when he drops on DSP and he does a surprise drop or there's a remix or a verse, that's exactly how we felt about the Locks, how we felt about Nas, Mobb Deep, Kim. That's how we felt. You know what I mean?
Kids are spoiled these days, bro.
Yeah.
Kids are spoiled these days.
Y'all will never know that feeling of having a new mixtape or seeing a new cover. Like, yo, Clue about to drop.
You know what it is? Remember we were talking about Verzuz and we were like, man, I miss the days where like Verzuz was just like a half hour of two veterans forgetting how to fucking work internet.
Yeah.
Like fumbling the phone and Sean Garrett way too close to the cell phone and shit. Like there was kind of like this imperfect like perfectness to like these unfinished songs on these mixtapes, right?
Bro.
Like Can't Tell Me, like remember the Can't Tell Me Nothing mixtape when Kanye was about to drop Graduation? And that was like the first time we heard Can't Tell Me Nothing, first time we heard Stronger, first time we heard fucking Pro Nails and goddamn Us Placers with CRS. Yeah. CRS, Child Rebel Soldier. Man, there was something magical about a coming soon, about we ain't finished the beat yet and da-da-da-da-da. And like even like having old versions of the song sound better than like the finished sparkly.
Nigga, I'll take you. I'll take you a step further back, nigga. The first version of Ignorant Shit.
Yeah,
Don DeMarco.
Yeah,
a lot of y'all niggas don't know who Don DeMarco is.
If
you know
DeMarco.
who Clue is, you know who Don DeMarco is. That first version of Ignorant Shit.
God, remember the first version of Lupe Fiasco, Food and Liquor?
Remember the first version of Good Life?
Yeah.
On Entourage. Remember the first version of that?
Dog, y'all don't know.
I lost my shit.
Y'all don't know. Listen.
We can talk
about Entourage end credit moments. Shout out Scott Venner. That was my first. That was my first like.
That's my guy.
That was my first like.
Scott, what's up, man?
Moment. You know what I mean? When he was like started following me and shit. I'm like, yo, you don't understand how much your work shaped like a lot of
so many artists and so much music on that
the way
show.
I discovered like my favorite songs ever.
Because I think he did Ballers as well, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like the reason why I love Return of the Mac. I mean, granted, it was a great song already. It was one of those sneaky good songs when you were young. We were like, I always hear this shit on like KTU or Z100, but like on Melrose Place. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like little shows. And then like you just didn't hear it for a while. And like literally the first time I heard it again was when Vinny Chase got back from fucking Mexico.
And they were on the beach.
And
Shorty came out the water with the two fishes.
I was like, oh, shit, it was the season premiere. You know what I mean? Like, Vince he just flopped. You know what I mean?
Man,
like,
he on the beach living $25 in the hut with the beard.
Like, bro, who hasn't been there?
Bro.
Who hasn't been there, bro? Motherfuckers trying to shit on Entourage.
Wait,
hold on. Let me get my Entourage soapbox, all right? Because motherfuckers trying to shit on Entourage like it's like great television, okay? Not everything needs to be fucking super dark and brooding and tune in next week and oh my God, the Easter eggs and the fucking Breaking Bads and the Wires. Great shows, understand that. Right. There's also something special about like the campy funness of a show like Entourage, the guilty pleasure of it all. You knew exactly what the fuck you were getting. Hand that up. You knew exactly what the fuck you were getting every single Sunday.
Yes.
You knew Vince was gonna go through some shit. There's gonna be some bitches.
Yep.
There's gonna be some fly music.
Yep.
There's gonna be a little bit of some peril in between.
And Ari's gonna curse somebody out.
Ari's gonna curse somebody out, but it'll all be back to normal by the end of the episode. They always figure it the fuck out.
All right, hold on. I got two thoughts.
Well,
First thought is when me and you went to the premiere of the movie.
I was gonna get to that.
Okay, all right. I'll let you get to that.
We'll get
second,
to that.
all right. But second one goes back to, because I want you to stay on the Entourage run. But the second one goes back to the Return of the Mac.
Yes.
So here's the thing about Return of the Mac and a song that I love, right? And you know the song Swag Surf, right? I feel like every time people on the timeline say how trash those songs are, I feel like they're talking about
well, guess what, niggas?
We ain't leaving, bitch.
Whoa! How long? Ooh, yeah.
I always felt like
I'm like, you think you trying to sneak this in?
You talking to me?
Those songs mean so much to us individually. I legitimately feel like you talking crazy about me.
Bro, I didn't even write the song. You talking about, yo, we gotta get Swag Surf out here, man. Fuck Swag Surf.
I'm like,
y'all know what I did for the culture with that song?
You toured the country. I'm willing to bet.
Shout to FLY.
Shout to FLY. Shout to FLY. The creators of the song. I'm willing to bet money you have swag surfed in almost just as many states and countries that they have swag surfed on.
Y'all gonna talk
just as many.
Y'all saying fuck swag? Like, that's one of the black songs. Yes. It's like
listen.
Like, come on.
Y'all wasn't outside when we had a black president for the first fucking time and motherfuckers swag surfed on the White House lawn. Y'all niggas thought it was corny back then. Look what you got now, motherfuckers. Look what you got now, you swaggerless, cultureless bastards.
You got a fucking virus on that white. I bet you want to swag surf now, don't you?
Motherfuckers win the national championship. Y'all getting McDonald's. I love McDonald's, by the way. Shout out McDonald's.
Walk it back.
Y'all getting fast food burgers and fries and you win a championship, and y'all was like, oh man, we gotta stop doing that as people, bro.
What?
Like when black people get to some shit, it's because we made that shit cool, bro. Yeah. Like it ain't because on some like, oh well, no, swag surf's officially dead now. And, y'all swag surf can't take y'all nowhere. No, you can't take us nowhere.
I will.
That's who the fuck we are.
I will swag surf at your brunch. I will swag surf at your baby shower.
That's who the fuck we are, goddammit.
Swag surf at your funeral if I love you enough.
Listen. That's
it.
Low, when you die,
y'all better swag surf. When I die, my wife, my girlfriend, whoever is still alive at that point, y'all better be all around my casket, and y'all better be doing that shit just in my memory. I don't, bro, and I'm gonna hold you to it. I'm gonna hold Cam to it. I
will say,
and
listen,
I hold my sister to it. I hold my girl to it.
It's on tape.
Y'all better.
God forbid anything happens to my brother Lowkey. We swag surfing on his fucking funeral, bro.
Funeral, gravesite, and every Howard homecoming date. Y'all better go to my gravesite and swag surf.
Play that shit.
Speaking of death, did you guys know that?
Speaking of dying.
Perpetual wave killer, Jake. Speaking of death.
Speaking of dying.
The sentence wasn't over. Speaking of death and Entourage.
Huh?
Speaking of death and Entourage, did you guys hear about the alternate
ending? The Entourage curse?
No, the alternate ending. I think Doug Ellen, the creator.
Alternate ending? What?
Yeah, the creator said that on KFC show, actually, I believe, that he was gonna kill Vince.
Really?
Yeah, so you can't do that.
Yeah, that was
kill Vince.
That's what he said.
That was the alternate ending. Like he was gonna die. Like
there was like drama was gonna be a pallbearer or something.
Oh yeah, see, couldn't do that shit.
Yeah, don't do that. Bro, I wouldn't even. I wouldn't go back and watch.
I wouldn't go back and watch.
Yeah, I'm like, nigga, he
like
dead.
This is what. All right, I'm glad you said that because a lot of fucking.
I never knew that.
A lot of story showrunners and writers, they always feel that they got to end something so dramatically and be like, oh. Put a finality to it. People die.
They ended on such a high, beautiful note.
Right? Like,
but then they could make the movie too.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
We're not gonna talk about that though.
There's something about Entourage being just such. It's the male Sex in the City. It's such a guilty pleasure. Like I could throw on any episode, any season,
and
anytime.
Know exactly what it is.
I know for these 20 minutes and change, Drama's gonna look for some bitches. Vince is gonna fuck some bitches.
He's either going through
He's
some
neurotic with Sloan.
or getting yelled at.
Ari's cursing niggas out.
Right.
Like, I know what I'm gonna get.
You can throw me in, like, you can blindly put me in front of a TV and press play on any 8 seasons and give me 5 minutes, and I can tell you the entire rundown of that episode.
And you know what? People are gonna try and shame you for that.
I don't give a fuck.
People are gonna try and shame you, but entourage,
misogyny.
You know, entourage isn't a good.
But then there's motherfuckers who love who watch Love and Hip Hop and know exactly the like the whole plot twist and can go line for line. It's like, bro, like what?
Entourage didn't have great writing. It didn't have.
There were no black people in Entourage.
There was never any.
There were no black folks in fucking Sex and the City.
There was never any
like
stakes on
80
Entourage.
million other TV shows.
Right. And I'm gonna tell you this, Black America.
Yeah.
I love Friends.
Yeah, you do love Friends.
I love New Girl.
You love New Girl.
And I love The Office.
You know what show I love? The Good Place. Love The Good Place. It's a great show. It's a great show. I think you'd like it.
Yeah,
I'm like, go give it a shot.
Fargo, really good. Fargo.
I heard Fargo's
That's
good.
on FX, right?
I watch anything with Chris Rock.
Yeah.
So I'll go back.
So is that a series or just
Yeah,
like?
it's a series. It was based off a movie by the Coen brothers.
Yeah, I remember the movie.
Okay, thank you. This is a perfect segment right here.
Okay.
What did we watch last week for the first time?
Mean Girls. He never watched Mean Girls before. Yo.
Here's a new segment.
Woo! Boy.
What Low hasn't seen.
Listen, Low.
Let me run it down. Mean Girls.
Well, now you've seen it.
The Wire.
The Wire?
Sopranos.
Okay.
Goodfellas. Color Purple.
Jeez.
What else have I? Casino.
I didn't see Casino until this past year.
I saw Scarface.
Jasmine sat me down and made me watch Casino with her.
What else?
Great fucking movie, by the way.
What else
Great
have
fucking
I
movie.
seen?
The Godfather.
Never seen that.
I've seen. How have you not seen? Well, The Sopranos and The Wire. I can understand if you've never seen it. That's a lot to get into.
Never watched.
But like certain movies, you gotta see.
I know.
Like that's why when you told me
I've never been a movie guy either.
That's why when you told me you never seen Mean Girls, I was like, no, we're stopping this right now.
I discovered
this on right now.
So many.
I'm like,
things.
I think I might quote Mean Girls like once a week.
Bro, getting loser, we're going shopping. I thought somebody randomly just said that shit on Twitter and it became mad funny. When I saw that shit in the movie, I perked up like, I know that. This is where it comes from.
Yo, Twitter, yo, social media. Social media tells you the real classics.
It does.
That's why, yo, so glad. I mean, I got into the game as like a critic writer for like, Source and hip hop music and stuff like that. Social media will tell you what the real classics are. And that's going to lead into my next segue. Right. You know where I'm going.
Okay.
Social media will tell you what the real classics are, bro. They always will.
Also tell you what classics aren't classics.
You're right. But the days of critical acclaim is almost over. It's not quite over yet. It's at the point where it's like there's only like a handful of people. There's only like a handful of people I really listen to when they're like a movie is dope.
Get to your point. Come on.
I'm telling you, right?
Get to your point.
I'm saying you didn't see Mean Girls before, right? We're gonna stay on Mean Girls because I know you don't want to talk.
No,
we'll get there eventually.
I'll dive in with you.
We'll get there eventually. I gotta break down to you why.
Got you.
A nigga like you has to see Mean Girls and has to understand why it's so brilliant, right?
Got you.
So I bet you. When Mean Girls first came out and we saw trailers for it and all this shit, we probably just think, oh, just another one teen dramedy that, whatever.
Which are fire.
Probably, which are great, but, they never get those critical acclaim. Oh, this movie's going to be remembered for the next 20 years. This is a classic. Yeah. They never do that shit. Right. They do that shit with certain movies that I, quite frankly, find boring. Like certain movies where I got to sit here and just be like, okay, what happened? What he said? Oh, that's what he said to his daughter. Oh,
huh?
Okay. What? Oh, everyone around me gets it, and I'm just like, Oh yeah, I get it too.
Yo, bro,
that's those type of movies.
Yo, listen, hold on before you go on. That's how I feel when I watch
Lovecraft Country. Yes.
I be with Sid.
Yes.
I be with Sid sometimes,
Yes.
and I get some of it, but like I be like, oh yeah, yo, I get that. And she in there just like, well, you know, and this, I'm like, baby, yo, you right. I'm like,
that's crazy. I thought
like,
that. Oh,
I'm like, how much
is there any more
left?
struggle?
How much more left do I have to watch this?
There's no more struggle.
But no, but Lovecraft Country is good. It takes a minute.
It takes a minute.
At first, I was like, oh yeah, I get it.
That's a lot of HBO shows, though.
Yeah.
A lot of HBO shows. It's like a lot of people feel like that about Watchmen. I call Watchmen right away. That's just because I've seen the movie before. I've seen all the Easter eggs come in, like all the other shit. So I'm like, oh, okay. Like it was super dope for me, especially like you fuck with comics, fuck with DC, like the Superman little nuggets throughout the movie, like the show. Like it's dope in that regard. But like, somebody will come up to me like, "Oh, you got to go see fucking like Casablanca or some shit, it's a classic." I'm like,
"It's like no,
why? Why the fuck would I watch?
I'm watching
like,
this.
Oh, the cinematography and the storytelling. What's the fucking catchphrase at the end of it? It's like, Franklin, my dear, yeah. I don't give a damn. Ooh. Is that the right movie? Is that what they say it in?
Right? I never saw it. So I
wouldn't even know. I wouldn't even know. That's not my classic to me. Mean Girls, Gone with the Wind. I've never seen Gone with the Wind.
I've never seen Gone with the Wind either.
I've never seen Gone with the Wind. That's how much. Those aren't my classics. The classics that people tell you are classics.
You don't appreciate art, nigga. Shut up.
Nah, you know
Here's
what it is?
looking at you,
Because it's a bunch of old bum ass, weak fucking like just lame old dudes that told you what classics were before you could look and see movies and see a breath of them for you to decide for yourself. Actually, nah, this movie,
you know what,
spoke to me more than anything.
This is all Siskel and Ebert's fault.
Yes.
Y'all niggas really molded our minds to be like, these are classics. This isn't. This is good. This isn't.
Two thumbs up.
Juice
thumbs
is my
up.
classic.
Word.
Juice Poetic Justice is
Friday.
my classic. Boomerang is my classic.
Yeah.
House Party is my classic. You know what I mean? Like,
but
Love Actually is my classic.
Love Actually?
Oh, I love that movie.
It's a good movie.
The movie with Mel Gibson. What women?
What women want?
That's my class.
We not rock on Mel Gibson.
Signs. That's a fire movie.
We not
like those are my classics.
You know what's a classic to me? What's the movie? Waiting with Ryan Reynolds. Yo, classic, bro.
Waiting.
And I bet you,
if that movie came out in 2020, it would be so offensive.
There is like so
racist.
No, the type of people that find movies like Waiting classics are my type of people. Like motherfuckers that have that sort of dark humor that's a little fucked up, but you know it's fucked up,
bro,
so you know not to.
It was a lot of true and fucked up shit in that movie. And the reason why it's so funny to me because I think the restaurant was called Shenanigans. So
Shenanigans, yeah.
Bro. It's literally Bennigan's.
It's just a Bennigan's.
It's just a Bennigan's. Anyone in Jersey or whatever, you know what Bennigan's is.
But that's what makes it so dope, though, because that's
so
the type
relatable.
That's the type of movie that an old fart is gonna see that and be like, oh my god, it's crude. This is.
I'm like, do you know how true this movie is?
I'm like, I bet you $1 million we're still gonna be watching and talking about this movie 20 years later than any other fucking.
If you've ever worked in hospitality, I worked in hotel business for about 2 or 3 years.
Oh gosh, I don't want to know.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying, like, if you've ever worked in hospitality, I worked in it for 2 or 3 years. You know, like certain nuances in that movie, you understand, like dealing with guests, dealing with rude motherfuckers, doing dumb shit in the back, fucking with your coworkers, going to after parties, drinking after work, drinking at the job, all that type of shit. That there's so many little nuggets in that movie. If you worked with it in hospitality, that you recognize. That's why I consider that a classic, because I can relate to a lot of that shit. Like, I done fucked some of the waiters. I done did some dumb shit in the back.
I hope you meant waitresses, bro.
Oh wait, yeah.
Well, we love all.
I mean, not that there's. There's anything wrong with that, but
I done fucked some of the waitresses.
Shout out to Curb Your Enthusiasm.
But like, it's just like a relatable movie, and like that was like during my early, mid 20s.
Yeah.
So it was fun. So like when I see a movie like Waiting, I'm like, Yeah, I did that. I understand that.
That's why I fuck with Mean Girls, bro.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Pootie Tang.
I never saw that.
I named my dog after the greatest movie
Dogma
ever, bro.
Never saw Pootie Tang. Never saw Pootie Tang.
Dogma's a classic.
Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Yeah.
Classic.
Never saw that.
You know what I mean?
got
God damn, what's
Clerks.
another fucking classic?
Give me some more movies.
I mean, that was along the Jay and Silent Bob series.
The what?
Clerks was like.
Clerks. Yeah,
Never saw
yeah,
Clerks.
yeah. I've seen Clerks. The funny thing is,
Oh,
don't
yeah,
be.
saw
You
that.
said don't be.
Yeah, saw
The
that.
funny thing is, the first of the Jay and Silent Bob movies I ever saw was Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. It made me want to go and watch like Dogma and
me
Clerks
too.
and like all that other shit. I was
saw
like, this is the
Dogma first.
funniest shit I've ever seen. And I was like, all right, they're in all these movies. Okay, great.
Dogma's actually like star-studded. They got like Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, Chris Rock.
Yeah.
Like, literally.
I just want to say, like, this is a good episode.
It feels good, right?
I had fun. Okay, keep going.
I appreciate it.
I just like to say in real time.
I mean, you know, it's a real time show, buddy.
Stop calling me buddy.
Why can't I?
Yeah.
I'm not your buddy, guys.
I'm not your guy, friend.
I'm not your guy, friend.
Classic.
Motherfuckers that don't fuck with South Park ain't my people either. I'm not your buddy, guy. Yo, how the niggas is still funny all these years later, bro.
Yo, y'all.
Oh,
South
man.
Park Hell on Earth 2006, the movie or whatever the movie was.
I saw that. I saw a
Yeah.
movie.
the South Park movie. Is
Yeah, I seen the South Bigger, Longer, and
Yo, them
Uncut.
niggas are
Yeah,
funny.
that's what it was.
Yeah. Fun. I'm sorry.
Bro, I watched South Park to the day I
South
died,
Park
bro. I hope
and,
they never stop making episodes.
What's the?
I
what's the
hope
other
they're like the Flintstones. It's
They,
just all
they came out
forever.
with the pandemic episode.
South Park, Boondocks. Oh my god.
Boondocks, yeah.
They're
Shit.
hilarious. Jesus Christ.
God damn.
Simpsons. I was like the originators.
All right, shit. What were we talking about? All right.
We went from Entourage.
So
to
we were
Mean
talking about.
Girls.
All right. So we were talking about end credit music for Entourage.
Yeah, and we got here. That's the fun part about this episode. Like we'll have a point, and then we'll just go so far across the globe. Because I'm like, bro, like, because I know where you wanted to go, and I kind of interrupted. And
I got
then,
too
like,
excited. I was just like, yeah. And I'm like, wait, what was I talking about?
Like, what were we talking about 20
We were
minutes
talking
ago?
about Kanye and like
We were talking about
end credit
Kanye, and then
music,
we went to-
and how much we loved the first time we heard Good Life, and we were talking about mixtapes and how
yeah,
like
it was a mixtape.
how people don't understand like the perfect imperfection of hearing songs before they're ready,
And then
they don't
went-
get that same experience that we grew up with.
Then we went to Mean Girls.
Then we went to Mean Girls.
Then we went to
Another
movies
fire
that niggas
soundtrack,
haven't-
by the way.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, you know, Boomer. See, look, here we go again with this. Now we're just going off on a tangent. Movie soundtracks.
Yes,
Boomerang, Mo Money, Juice,
Space Jam.
Space Jam, Waiting to Exhale,
Waiting to Exhale.
Poetic Justice,
Nutty Professor.
Oh yeah, that had Hey Poppy on it.
God, remember soundtracks?
Bro, there's no soundtracks.
There's no budgets. Oh, not even budgets.
Well, no, yeah, you're right.
People
You're
getting
right.
jerked.
You're right.
We can't jerk artists no more.
Yeah, because there were some fire
They were-
singles.
like you know what's fucked about the music industry, right? Like the more you think about it, and the reason why like we loved what we loved so much is because people were so good at taking advantage of artists that we love. So good.
Nigga.
Like how in the fuck are you getting a soundtrack? You got Jay-Z on it, Biggie on it, fucking 112, Drew Hill. Like it's all star line. Every movie.
That looks like a DJ Khaled album.
Brand new songs too. Songs that talk about the main character. And then here comes Jake and he walks into like you don't get none of that shit no more.
I think Waiting to Exhale might be the best.
What can a brother do?
I think that might be one of the best soundtracks ever.
Keep me blind.
Tarantino got
you
some good
can't
ones.
see.
Django had a really good soundtrack. That had a bunch of
Django had a
music.
good soundtrack, yeah.
God damn it, Jake. We're talking about New
Be
Jack
the
City.
best man I can.
Oh, New Jack City
I
is
can
also-
be, I can be.
Bro.
I can be.
Sitting in my room.
Motherfuckers used to have theme songs, bro. Everybody get up, it's time to slam now. You got a real jam going now. Welcome to the Space Jam. It's your chance, do your dance.
I implore y'all. How you doing? I implore y'all, you music industry titans
Yeah.
and kings and queens.
We don't have, I know what you're going to say.
Say it for me.
we'll never have those type of soundtracks again.
You're right.
We can't.
I'm not gonna say it.
We can't, bro. Like the closest thing we can get, the last Flames movie soundtrack was Black Panther. That was the last one.
Yeah, you're right.
That was the last soundtrack that I bumped like a fucking album. I'm like, this is a TDE project. But
they employed TDE to actually produce it.
And like the songs actually weaved into the fucking movie and shit. Like
you heard the song
Killmonger, fucking red light, green light, red light, green. Like
closing out with all the stars.
Like those are niggas, bro.
Those
put niggas in charge, yo.
Put niggas in charge.
Put niggas in charge, yo.
Put niggas in charge, Kazeem.
God damn.
That's
the quote.
I'm gonna sell
that shit on the shirt.
I'm gonna sell a shirt that says "Put niggas in charge."
Put niggas in charge.
Like,
you know, it could be a good soundtrack. Comes out next year. Space Jam 2.
Yeah.
That should be filled with like
there's
Young
gonna
Thug
be.
and
It'll have to stack up against the first
one. I can't speak on certain things, but
a new legacy.
It's gonna be a hell of a. I'm not gonna say that.
Ooh, you got the exclusive.
No,
I'm sorry.
Don't.
Versus Jeezy T.I. Let me take the heat off my nigga real quick.
As soon as I'm like, fucking dart will hit me in the neck. What? Are you kidding me? You think I'm gonna mess with the bunny?
I love when we
bunny
jump
and
like
the broad dog.
Subject to subject.
Are you kidding me? You think I'm gonna fuck with the rabbits?
You're not fucking with the rabbit. I get it.
You think I'm gonna try and fuck with the wabbits?
The wabbits? Nah, don't fuck with the
wabbits.
Don't fuck with the wabbit.
As soon as I say the wabbit, yeah. So, but somebody drags me out.
Get a carrot.
Zips me up in a Warner Brothers bag.
That's all, folks.
I'm just kidding. I know nothing, but I just
I'm sure there will be a soundtrack. I'm sure it'll be like a fire soundtrack.
I'm sure there's something in the email about it.
we don't know shit.
I don't know shit.
But we're
I'm not privy to those combos.
Yeah. With like dealing with that, like we know there's gonna be some kind of like song or.
Of course, I mean, come on. We got Travis Scott and Tenet.
Isn't he doing something with PlayStation 2?
Yeah, creative. Creative executive, creative director. Yeah. PlayStation 5.
That's crazy.
Damn. You copping?
I actually am like for Christmas I might get myself one.
Get one.
I might get a PlayStation.
You need to be a gamer, bro.
Cause I don't expect shit from. I don't expect shit.
What?
If I want something, I'm going to do it myself.
Like that's when you got to get off Twitter, bro.
Yeah, like your girl ain't copy the Jordans.
Your girl don't get you those J's.
I got them myself. Or like I had them sent to me.
Like you kidding me? I'm like you like this nice shelter in the house?
And, and I'm not. And listen, like this.
If I ever came up to my girl on some like, yo, you gonna get me the PS5? She'd be like,
the fuck out my face.
You like this meal getting
bro, like I'll never.
Like, that's girlfriend shit, bro. Like those conversations, those like, oh, your girl getting you a PS5 shit. I'm like, I ain't been through no real shit. If fucking,
that's what you worried about.
If you worried about your girl getting you a fucking PS5, bro. Like if you're worried about it, if she just gets it for you and gets it for you, great. Fantastic.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like if your girl knows you,
but once
and your
it's
girl
a
knows
topic,
your routine, and it's like, well, why didn't bro? Like
once it's a topic, that's when it's just like,
yo, bro, just bring the Chick-fil-A home, and I'll be fine.
If your girl gets
just with my back, girl.
Right,
that's all I need from you. I don't need you to give me the PS5.
If your girl gets you a PS5, isn't she kind of saying, I don't want to spend time with you?
That too.
No.
Yeah, no, my girl knows. No. My girl knows when it's 2K days.
That's her saying to you that like, yo, I know what you love and I know what makes you happy. In addition to me here.
Yeah. In addition.
Stop bothering me.
It's always an addition.
Then go ahead, do your thing. And then now
I love seeing you happy. I love seeing you smile.
Like our household or our
I love seeing the joy in your face.
Balanced. That's all.
The thing is my girl,
don't get yourself in trouble. Don't get yourself in trouble.
I'm not in trouble.
All right, okay.
No, it's funny.
Yeah, like that's why I'm like,
because like I'm never happy playing 2K.
You're never happy.
I'm never happy. I always have my game face on, and like my fiance will be like, "Yo, are you having fun or something?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm having a blast." Like, mad serious. Like trying to get my mod player up to 99. I'm just like, she's like, "You don't even look like you're having fun. Why are you?" Like I'll fucking miss a shot or get my shit punched by somebody. I'm like, fuck, shit. It's like, yo,
I correlate.
She's like, you don't look like you're having fun. I'm like, actually, this is great. Like, this is
bro. I correlate that to like when women listen to Beyonce, they be like, yes, bitch, yes, bitch. And I'm looking at her like, yo, like, are you enjoying this? That's the queen, yeah,
bro.
Like, why are you gritting your teeth?
Oh, you know when you got a good black woman, bro. You know you got a good black woman when she listens to Beyonce like she's watching a Tyson fight. Like if she's listening to Beyonce, like, we just doing that shit. When she's listening to Beyonce, like she starts shadow boxing and shit. She's like, oh yeah, do that shit, bitch. Yeah, fuck. God, that bitch is too good.
Yo, bro, I never noticed that.
Yo,
I never noticed
listen
that.
to her. They listen to her like when we like fucking Tyson.
Niggas said
like when Steph Curry's out on the island at the top of the key, like, oh shit,
bro. Niggas say, yeah, you know you got a good.
He's too nice. Oh, he's too nice. Shit,
you know you got a good black woman when she listen to Beyonce like she's shadow boxing. That is a quote of quotes in 2020. I told
it's
you.
facts. I see you know she got a good one, bro.
Nah,
like,
you're right.
If she's too like. Mind you, Love on Top is great, but you gotta listen to Beyonce with your motherfucking like fucking.
Like you gotta listen to Resentment,
yeah,
with
like,
that shadow boxing.
I think it's the Fierce and the Sasha Fierce.
Yeah,
like the people they gotta get that.
I think that started with like probably like either like Mary J or
when did it start for Beyonce? When motherfuckers started listening to her like, yo, god damn this bitch, fuck, she's the shit.
I mean, we gotta have a girl on here to have that conversation.
Fuck, you know what? We definitely need a girl.
We don't have a girl on here to have that conversation because I don't want to say nothing crazy and have Beehive all in my shit like
probably.
That.
But no, I mean, for me, I started to notice it around girls, fucking girl. We run this mother.
I know. I noticed it. Damn,
who run the world, girls? Who run the world?
I never really liked that
fucking that shimmy. Once they started doing that, I think it was Super Bowl. It was the Super Bowl. That's when I really fucking saw it for the first time.
Granted, that was what? That wasn't the one in Denver, was it?
I don't know, but I think Bruno Mars was there too.
Yeah, that was Denver.
That was recent, right?
That was Denver.
Yeah,
that was Lemonade. We already knew it back then.
Okay.
She was in some big movies too in like the mid 2000s.
I mean, she did
right?
the Austin Powers shit.
No.
Like
I'm not talking about her movies. I'm talking about
just like when you recognize what
certain songs that like made.
Check on It for me was fire.
I mean, no. Here's the thing. She's always made fire records. I'm just saying,
what
like,
moment was it
at
for
one
you?
point, at some point through like the fire records and all this shit, she became like the fucking.
I think for me, it was when
like the rallying cry for bitches. Like when women need it. Upgrade you?
Upgrade was
I don't know. It might have aged pretty badly.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Like ain't nobody talking about.
Ain't nobody upgrading nobody no more.
It was DirecTV.
Carters in your neck top.
Yeah, nah, we're not doing that. Ladies ain't doing that shit no more.
Me, bitches.
I think for me it was when the Surprise album dropped.
Yeah.
When Beyonce dropped,
self-titled.
That's when Rick Ross called me a Beyonce ass nigga. But we already talked about that.
I mean, you know what? History has been kind to you.
It actually
with that thought. Because that Beyonce album really was.
That was
really changed music.
I think for me that when that album dropped, it was like 7-Eleven, like a whole bunch of other records on there. Partition, yeah. Drunken Love, yeah. That was when I saw. I'm like, oh, this is kind of like Michael Jackson.
Were you around women? Were you around women when the album dropped?
Nigga, I was in Port Authority.
Yeah.
I was on crackheads.
I was around. I forgot where I was.
Wow.
Sorry. No, I mean like it's Port Authority.
But did you like just see how women were reacting?
Oh no, yeah, I was on social media
as it was happening.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's gonna be so different to describe. Gosh, are we really that old that we're describing like the first time like a massive surprise album really surprised people? And
was
like,
that wasn't the first one? Was
not the first one, but I mean like the first one I was talking about in our culture where motherfuckers was like, Beyonce did what? Like was like literally because women were legitimately doing this around me.
I'm looking. I'm like,
they're like a whole album.
I'm like, what
videos for all the albums?
Like, where'd this come from?
Like,
but no, that was Lemonade. The videos. 7-Eleven was just just a album that came out of nowhere.
No, there was videos.
Was it?
The Beyonce self-titled joint?
Yeah.
Yes, there were videos for all of the songs too. Yeah. But I mean, it might have been. I don't know. But I'm saying when Beyonce is always going to get that credit of the bam, here's the album moment. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, that was the closest MJ moment I think she'll ever have.
And it was just like that, and then the Coachella moments.
Well, yeah. I mean, she's gonna have more moments.
Yeah.
She's gonna have more. She's probably gonna have bigger.
The Beyonce album was that moment where it was like, what?
I think eventually she's gonna have bigger moments than Michael Jackson.
No,
I think eventually.
I'm not.
I mean, she's still at it. She's still at it. I'm not saying music wise. I'm saying moment wise. I'm talking about moments where Michael Jackson's shooting up out of a fucking stadium, stands there for 5 fucking minutes, and everybody's crying, going
That's
nuts.
The 80s baby to me, and not allowing that. But I see what you're saying. But that's the 80s. I'm telling you,
she's gonna have those moments.
Michael
Jackson will never have the opportunity to drop an album out of nowhere and stop the world, but Beyonce has. I don't know.
I mean, I'm a Dom Kennedy fan, so when he dropped the original Dom Kennedy out of nowhere,
but that's the thing, though. That's the thing. Beyonce will always get that credit as like the album that stopped everything. Like everybody was like, "Wait, it's out now?
Yeah.
What? No singles? Because like nobody heard from Beyonce for a minute.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, and she was pretty.
But the moment Hov and her did that, and remember Raven told us a story,
right?
I think we were together.
Carter's, we were together.
Yeah, we were in Brooklyn. We were at the Well, and I think Schaefer had said something to us, and then they showed us the video because Raven was over. I think she was in London with them.
Yes.
And Lenny had told us, and at the end of their performance, I don't think if anyone knows this, I'm sure people do know this story. They dropped the video for Ape Shit. Ape Shit drops. They play the video at the end of the concert, and then they count down, and it says, "I forgot what's the title of the album." The Carters.
Everything is love.
Everything is love. Everything is love. Out now.
Yeah.
Crowd went fucking crazy, and we're at a party.
Yeah.
And we're like,
Beyonce.
Wait, Beyonce, like an album? And they're like, yeah, it's out. And we're like, oh shit.
Yeah. So
it's like those kind of moments, like Michael Jackson can't do, or Prince can't do, or Luther Vandross, or Whitney Houston, whatever the case is. But I'd rather have a timely album from those artists than a surprise album.
I mean, it was timely though, because we hadn't heard from them. You know what I mean?
No, when I say timely, like just like telling us like, oh, I'm about to drop an album. I'm about to do this. I'm about here it comes.
I feel like
I'd rather have that.
I feel like now there's certain people where that's all they can do.
Yeah, you're right.
You know?
Yeah, you're right.
Like, it's almost, in a weird way, a kind of a letdown. Like, yesterday, perfect example. Certified Lover Boy, the trailer drops. It says January
I knew you want to get back to this.
Listen, I'm the
nigga gonna text me, nigga gonna tweet me this morning like, looks like 3 classics in the promo. I'm like, I'm not in the mood for this shit right now.
Those are 3 classics. Those are 3, and he knows it. Those are 3 classics.
So Dark Lane demo tapes is a classic?
I said those are the 3 classics. He only put that because that was the last thing he put out, I'm assuming. You know what I mean? So that brings you back to Certified Lover Boy, right? Like the video drops, and it says January 2021. And an artist of that stature, right? Everybody expected it to just kind of drop.
Out of nowhere.
Huh? See? You see the video, people like of certain statures, like Beyonce level type of people, it kind of goes against your thinking of, oh, you just want to say the album's coming, or oh, here's the single, here's this. Like some people are kind of like, oh, I gotta wait 3 more months. That's when you're that popping, you've kind of painted yourself into a corner where it's like, damn, it's either going to be, I'm either so big that I could wait 3 months and you're still going to fuck with it, or me announcing that it's not ready yet is kind of a letdown. Like people are like,
I think what he's saying
I wanted it now. I thought some people, if you were reading the tea leaves, some people thought it was going to drop Friday.
Yeah, because his birthday was on Saturday.
His birthday, yeah. A lot of people thought it was dropping, October's very own. Like,
I think what's going on is It's not done.
Mm.
Somebody tweeted me the other day about the album title. There's a conflict with the album title because I think someone else had an album title named Loverboy.
Okay.
It's his name, Certified Loverboy. So I think that's also a conflict.
Okay.
And I still think he's testing the waters.
With what though?
I still think he's trying to figure out where do I go, because if he's from the video we saw yesterday, right? So he says, "Take care." No, he says, "So far gone." Take
so
care.
far gone. Take care. Nothing was the same. And Dark Lane demo tapes. Yeah.
That's a very, not confusing, but that's a very interesting mix.
I don't think it's confusing at all.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's not. It's a very interesting mix of music with those four.
I don't think it's confusing at all.
No, I'm not saying it's confusing. I'm saying it's interesting.
Why is it interesting?
So Far Gone was the introduction, the official introduction, right? Mm-hmm. So now I'm saying, all right, you're reintroducing yourself. Cool. Take Care was the moment, right? So now there's a moment on Take Care. Nothing Was the Same was him separating himself from the, his cohorts, his peers.
Yeah.
Right? Dark Limo tapes, I didn't fuck with it really like that.
They were demo tapes.
Right. So now
I feel like those were the appetizers for what's coming.
So now you're testing. So
I think that was the test.
So now it's introduction, moments, separation, and test. So when you combine all of those factors into this project, that's a lot to digest.
Well, to me,
that's how I took it.
I took it as, this is the Drake y'all want. To me, like anybody who brings up Drake, it's always in those three albums. The first three that was mentioned. So Far Gone, Take Care, Nothing Was the Same.
Yeah.
I feel like anybody who tries to act like those three albums weren't moments in music, playing themselves. More Life, Views. If you read,
I don't know why Views wasn't mentioned in that conversation.
I like Views.
I don't know why Views wasn't
Views
in that thing that he did.
Because those are the three. Because those are the three albums. And I think he knows that too.
Right.
I think those are the three albums that he knows are his best shit. You know what I mean? Like,
so is he saying to us
those
now?
are the three albums that were undeniable. And I think the Dark Lane demo tapes reference was like, this is just the sampler. This is just a preview of what's coming.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
is he saying to us subtly that these are my three? Like you said to me,
yeah, I think so.
Is he saying that? Like,
I think
these
so.
are my three.
I think
and
so.
And this is what you're gonna get.
I think if Drake dies tomorrow, God forbid, anything happens to him tomorrow, those are the three albums. Those are the three like iconic like covers that come up immediately.
Right.
Head in the Clouds, fucking drinking the wine with the gold on, and the little silhouette looking into the sky. Like that's what I think of when I think of Drake. I think of early 2010s. I think of Chasing Skirts. I think of Heartbreak. I think of fucking those 9 p.m. and whatever freestyles. I think of the feature verses. I think of Young Money. I think of all that shit. And I think he knows that we all think of that. You know what I mean? Like,
I will say I do like how he.
And it's the only my fault.
No,
and it's the only three albums of his to me that aren't tainted.
I do like how he did that. And it because I didn't see it last night because I was out whatever. But like I saw it this morning and I'm looking. I watched it a couple times and I'm like, okay, like. And I like when artists assert themselves and assert their work and say, yo, these are those moments in my career, because a lot of artists don't do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like we had, Jay raked his whole shit, and we were like, oh, we debated that, whatever. And I like that he's doing this because Drake has always been quiet about his work. He's always been quiet about his position, where he is and, the totem pole or whatever.
Yeah.
So him doing this, I like the assertion.
Yeah.
I like the aggressiveness. Like, this is my shit. These
and
are
not even just this is my shit to his fans. It's like, I know this is your shit too.
Right.
So like,
I like that he did that.
I know it's my birthday and I can't drop the album yet. It's coming soon. But what's the point of a teaser video? You got to tease something.
Yeah, no.
So if I'm a Drake fan and I'm watching those videos, I'm like,
that's exciting.
He's going back to the shit that like made me a super Drake fan. It's lit. Like, okay, I'm willing to wait 3 months for this. You know what I'm saying?
If Hove did a video like that,
he did.
No, he did album covers for all his albums.
Right.
But if Hove did that for his 3, and this is actually a good conversation.
Yeah.
If Hove did that for Reasonable Doubt, like if he's dropping an album in like February.
What's his 3?
For me,
okay,
his 3 are
easy. It's easy for me.
Reasonable Doubt, Blueprint, and American Gangster. Those are the 3 for me. So if he did that,
2 out of 3 ain't
he
bad.
did 4 in volume. We throw volume 1 in there.
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
All of those are classics.
I'm not saying they aren't. I would sub out American Gangster with 444 because it speaks to more of.
I need a little more time with that.
A stamp.
I know I get it, but
on his life, you know what I mean? And it's a classic.
Yeah, I need more time with that though.
You know what I'm saying? It's like Reasonable Doubt, undeniable. Blueprint, he's grown up, undeniable. 444, he's taken it another level as far as like older, wiser.
Blueprint and 444 kind of have like a similar tone.
Yeah. It's very subdued. It's like Frank Sinatra rapped. I feel like that's what 444
That's what
is.
American Gangster is also too.
It's like I grew up in Staten Island, and all my Italian friends, all their parents, always play Sinatra on Sundays. Always play Fly Me to the Moon. That's gonna be us. Every Sunday we play.
That is us.
That is us.
That is us.
I mean, when our kids bring their kids over, like, damn, Kaz.
Kaz that always playing fucking
always
Jay-Z.
playing fucking that old ass Jay-Z shit. Like, all the time.
Shut your dumb ass up and listen to this American Gangster. Sit down.
That's gonna be our Sinatra, bro.
No, I love it. You don't know music. You don't know what. You don't know what that shit is.
The Black Album and the Blueprint 3.
Yeah, I'll say Black Album too.
And are honorable mentions.
God, I'm not even gonna get to this
too many.
conversation. Black Album, I just never.
Whoa.
What didn't you like about the Black Album?
No.
What are you gonna say?
No, I'm just saying. Black Album wasn't one of my top 2, top 3 albums from him. I love American Gangster over Black Album. I love Volume 1 over Black Album.
I can't roll, bro.
No, listen, you're not wrong.
I can't roll, man.
I'm saying
Black Album.
Aged pretty well.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying it didn't age.
Moment of clarity, bro.
I'm not saying it didn't age well. I'm not saying it wasn't up to par. I'm saying if someone had a gun to my head and they said, "Pick,
can I get an encore?
Great.
Do you want more?
Encore.
Cooking
December 4th. What more can I say? PSA. Moment of clarity.
Never been a nigga this good this long. Never been a nigga this. He said that 20 years ago. Almost 20 years ago. Never been a nigga this good for this long. He's still this good.
17 years ago.
All right, and that's fine. But the work he's done on Volume 1.
I'm not a biter. I'm a writer for myself and others. I say a big verse. I'm only bigging up my brother.
Yo, I get it.
Bigging up my borough. I'm big enough to do this. I'm that thorough. Plus, my own flow is foolish. So them rings and things you sing about, bring them out. It's hard to yell with the back. Come on, man. This nigga, he said it 17 years ago. 17 years ago. We're still talking about this motherfucker. Why don't you give flowers when they just like people?
Bro,
I'm not saying that.
Hold on.
I'm just saying, like, when certain people try to act like motherfuckers aren't great, I'm like, yo, how hard? Like, why are you trying so hard to deny people's greatness, yo? I'm not saying you do it, but you see people like, oh, fuck, I'm like,
right.
Do you understand what this nigga was saying?
You're right. No, you're right.
17 years ago, and he's a billionaire now. He said everything he was gonna do. Yes, I'm still the best rapper ever. Yes, I'm corporate takeover.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, all this shit. You could feel how you want to feel about his music. The prolificness.
Yeah.
And being able to fucking call your shot on some Babe Ruth shit and make it sound like that. It's the rapping version of coming up to the plate and going.
Like,
bong.
or like when Steph Curry shoots and just
and
walks
then turns
away.
around like, bro, like there's a certain level of excellence that just is undeniable when it comes to certain artists, man. And I can understand why certain motherfuckers.
But I'm also allowed to pinpoint my moments of excellence for my favorite artist or favorite athlete. I'm allowed to pinpoint that moment means more to me. That moment is dope. I get it. Cool. You got championship, MVP, all right. But no, that year that's when I was like, yo.
I fuck with American Gangster, obviously.
And that's what I'm saying. Like American Gangster was like, man, this nigga's too ill.
Yeah.
Volume 1, niggas don't even see it yet.
So what if you flip a couple birds, like a couple words?
Like, come on, bro.
Mine's cloud in the sky, Ringling Brothers.
But that's how we know how great this nigga is because there's so many entry points to conversations about his greatness.
Bro. Motherfuckers don't rhyme like that no more, yo. They never have, and they never will. So I hate it when like certain people,
who's
be like,
though?
Who?
Benny.
He's
getting. He'll get there. He'll get there.
Levels?
I'm like to storytelling ability.
Well, I do appreciate. Yes. That I do much appreciate his lyrical ability.
Yeah.
And I feel like we spoke about this a few weeks ago, talking about music being a lot different coming out of the pandemic because you can't really test it out in the clubs.
Yeah.
Right? You would think that this music that's coming out now and being made now is, and I think that's a big reason why, I'm not saying it's the only reason, but I definitely think it's a big reason why Griselda, gets so much love because these motherfuckers are spitting. And it's like
talking, it's relatable.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
There's an ease of where it seems to come from. You know what I mean?
It's not
like
forced.
it seems so conversational in the way Hove used to rhyme. Well, still rhymes.
But that's what I'm saying.
It seems so conversational where it doesn't seem like he's writing a song. It's like he's writing
like he's literally writing a script to what he's been through.
Yeah.
And it's over dope music.
Yeah.
Couple features here and there. Other script writers in there bringing their stories in. And that's it. It's not fabricated. I mean, I didn't grow up with the nigga. I don't know. Whatever.
All right,
it just seems like it's just like it's ill.
So with Griselda, right? I'm gonna bring it back to the Drake convo because I still got to get your thoughts. On this.
All right.
Why do you not think Drake has a classic?
I don't. Whenever we talk about Drake, there's never no pinpoint of the conversation. There's never no pinpoint of that moment of like, yo, this is the classic. This is the classic. When we talk about Hov, when we talk about Big, when we talk about other artists that have their classics, we go to that one thing, that bona fide, non-negotiable, non-debatable thought. We go right there. Every time we have this conversation about Drake, it's never the same pinpoint and it's never the same entry point.
You don't think he's a victim of his own success and I don't.
But like,
and the ability to stay ubiquitous?
We never have this conversation with anybody else.
Because he stays ubiquitous.
And I get that and I respect that.
It's been 11 years and he's never like went away.
Cool. No, and I get that. And I respect every part of that. And
you don't think if he ever went away, people would be like, oh, these are the classics? Like if we went...
Why does it take him... How y'all doing? Why does it take y'all? Why does it take for someone to die?
No, not dying.
Or why does it take for someone to go away? Or why does it take someone to stop to have those conversations? Like we never had those conversations with Hov.
Yeah, we never.
No, we didn't.
Because Hov would go away.
No, but we knew what it was. We knew those classics. We knew up front. We were like, yo, that's the one.
He also came up in a different era too.
All right, cool. Well, maybe I'm still stuck in that era, and maybe I don't hear the greatness. Maybe I don't hear it being solidified.
How do you not hear the great? Like
I know he's great. I'm sorry. No, I didn't mean to say that. I know he's great.
Yeah,
I know he's great.
So if you know he's great,
yeah,
and you know he's undoubtedly the top guy.
You can be great with a flawed body of work.
If you know he's great, you know he's the unquestioned top dude in music
right now,
and he's still relevant.
Okay.
Relevancy meaning when he drops, the world listens. When he puts something out, everybody's moving towards it.
Gotcha.
Those moments alone should stamp those as classics.
Those immediate
moments alone should stamp him as classics. Even if he's still
those immediate moments
active.
Those immediate moments are important.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So those immediate moments are important. The long-standing ability after those moments are what matter to me. Mm-hmm. So when Certified Lover Boy drops in January, yes, the world is going to stop. The world is going to listen. The world is going to comment. The world is going to critique.
Mm-hmm.
How long does that moment last? How much of a effect?
13 years.
Okay, cool. No. I'm talking about not the artist. I'm talking about that album. The artist, yes. We know Drake is great. How long do those albums last?
So Far Gone's influence, and that didn't last throughout years, throughout artists, throughout like entire genres of music. So Far Gone didn't do that.
Didn't say it didn't.
Take Care didn't not only certify Drake as a dude, which is
why I said to you,
but also certified The Weeknd as like.
Why I said to you, Take Care was the one that I might consider that.
Okay,
I told you that,
and nothing was the same.
No, not to me.
Nothing was the same. No. Did it make him come full circle?
No.
Did it? Oh shit! I almost took a spill.
No, it's not slander. Like this is what I hate when you talk about an artist and you're saying like, okay, this makes sense for me. This is what I don't like. This is what I fuck with. It's not slander. If it was slander, I'd be like, man, anybody worried about Certified Lover? That's slander.
I just don't understand. I just don't understand how somebody. I just don't understand how somebody that we all know is that successful, that we all know is that important to music, doesn't have a body of work, or people think doesn't have a body of work that stands up.
Bro, Kaz, music is subjective,
but
bro.
It's quality of music too. Like it's how it ages over the years, right?
It's subjective.
Do we think, I have a semi-unrelated question, but do you think the 2021 played a role? Like he's dropping in January.
You should put the mic near your face.
Oh, sorry. He's dropping it in January, so like it'll be classified with 2021 albums.
He doesn't want to be.
He don't want no association with 20
year. Yeah.
He don't want no association with 2020.
Very cunning if that's what he's doing.
I'm sure he'll we'll get the single in December.
Yeah, well, we got the single.
Another one. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, it's crazy.
What?
Lil Durk said, "Please do not play that little boy in the club because we don't listen to rats," and everyone listened. When's the last time I'm not even gonna say his name. When's the last time you seen him or heard from him?
There was a TMZ story about someone accusing him of sexual abuse. That's the last time I heard.
That's the last time you heard of him.
Last time I heard him.
He's been quiet.
So what? 45,000 his first week. Then say a word since.
We should all learn the lesson from this.
When you don't give energy to fuck shit, then you
everybody who's listening to my word, anytime you see me comment on something or activate on something, it is for this exact reason. You only give energy to things you want to have energy. I think the entire world collectively
came to an actual agreement.
We don't want this energy.
We don't want this energy no more.
You know?
And if we can do the same thing to Trump.
If you ignore it, well, we can't.
We can't
do that. We gotta.
Well, I guess in our
activate
that.
That we have to be active on.
Right.
But that's what trolls live off of. They don't live off being right. They don't live off being wrong. They live off of your reaction. And if you keep giving them a reaction, they will continue to not just live and breathe, they will grow. They will grow. So I hope we all learned a lesson from He Who Shall Not Be Named, from the club we don't play in the rat we don't play in the club.
Them rats. Wait, yo, I gotta take a Uber back to your house. Cause you on the bike?
I did bring my bike here.
Dick.
It's a nice walk.
I'm not walking.
You gonna take an Uber? It's 2 blocks.
I don't even know how to get there.
BANs, bro.
Bitch ass niggas.
Oh man. Damn, we've been here for a minute, have we?
What's the time? What's the time, Ed?
140?
That's nice.
That's a healthy
episode. It's gonna be a healthy Monday.
Jake, quick hits. What we got?
You got any liquor, Jake?
What?
You got any liquor over there?
Yeah. Antonio Brown for the Bucks.
He was like,
Antonio Brown.
He was like, yeah.
Tom Brady reunion.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Wait, he signed?
He signed.
Des Bryant to the Ravens too.
Des Bryant to the Ravens.
Practice squad.
Wait, is he signed?
Practice squad. It's not assigned, but practice squad.
Shout out to Tom Brady.
Damn, Tom Brady.
Finally getting that offensive help he so sorely needs because...
What's their record?
Man, does he need some weapons? I don't know, but I'm playing against somebody with Gronk on their fantasy team, and he's whooping my ass.
The Bucks are 4-2.
What's the score right now?
They're up 24-17.
24. Oh, who they playing?
Tampa Bay?
Raiders, right?
Raiders.
Yeah, they got flex because nobody wants to see their ass.
Are Giants playing tonight?
No.
Giants played already.
They
lost?
Thursday?
Yeah,
Thursday.
Lost? Danny Dimes.
Daniel Jones?
Yeah, that was another.
The infamous fucking, I'm like, no.
The Eagles.
Tell me you didn't see. Are you the one Giant fan that didn't see Daniel Jones?
I tried to eliminate that shit from last week.
Yeah, is this the most embarrassing 80-yard run in history?
Bro, Eli lives through his spirit.
Bro.
Oh, my God.
He's fast, though.
He's so fast.
He is fast.
Motherfucker got some wheels on him.
They said like he's had reached the second highest.
Don't share that. Don't share that stat. That stat's anti-black.
Lamar was
anti-black. They was like, yeah, he was like
peak
2/20th of the tenths faster than Lamar Jackson speed.
I thought Lamar was one.
Whatever. They put it all on like Sports Center and ESPN's Instagram page. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, are we this starved for content, people? Really?
Yes.
We know what you're doing. Ooh, fast white guy, fast black guy. But I guess you didn't notice. Guess what, guys?
We should have a race for a race.
His breakaway speed was faster.
Yeah, but he also ate it, bro. Like nobody's comparing them as runners. Like
no, but that's what you do. You can't, Jake. You're a very intellectual thinker. We're all thinkers in this podcast. Everybody here, I would hope, doesn't usually fall for the okie doke. We always be like, all right, what's under? But a lot of people don't. They scroll, they see, Daniel Jones faster than Lamar Jackson. Wow. We know what you're doing when you do that, yo.
Right.
We know what you're doing when you do that. Fast white guy. Fast black guy.
Fine.
Guess you didn't know this, though. I know he fell, but technically he was faster.
ESPN.
Stop.
Got it out.
It's embarrassing, New York. It's fucking embarrassing.
They do this for all the stats.
Oh, God.
Speaking of New York, the Nets hired Amari as assistant coach.
I like that.
I like that, too.
I like that. Shout out Steve Nash, man. Using that goddamn white privilege for good.
Goddamn white
privilege. Yeah,
I love it. If he can get a head coaching gig with absolutely no experience, Amari Stoudemire should damn well get an assistant coaching gig with absolutely no experience. That's all we want. Black people, we want the opportunity to be equally mediocre.
Put niggas in charge.
Put niggas in charge, bro. Put it on the shirt. We
gotta put that on the shirt.
I love to see it, yo. I hope they succeed, obviously. Brooklyn Nets seem like the cool kids across the street next to the New York Knicks. They got like the cool players and the cool teams and the cool arena and the cool coaching staff.
That's the Nets are like the bitches at brunch you can't sit with.
Are they the plastics? Now you know. On Wednesdays we wear pink, motherfuckers.
I get it now, finally.
Brooklyn Nets really are the plastics of New York basketball.
Yo, Brooklyn Nets are the mean girls.
Yo,
Kyrie and Kevin Durant are bad bitches in the NBA.
Oh my God.
They are bad bitches.
They're walking to pass the Dutchie in slow motion like oh, in the girl world it was different. You know? The Knicks are the goth girl.
Yo, Kevin and Kyrie, it's all
because we got a big lesbian crush on you. Suck on that.
I hate this podcast, but I love it in the same breath.
Oh gosh. There's a certain level, there's a certain sliver of a pie chart that really laughed at that joke. And that
we appreciate you.
Is who we make this podcast for.
There's a certain slither on that pie chart that got that joke. The
people that can fuck with the Brooklyn Nets comparison to the Knicks as opposed to Mean Girls and the Plastics, this show is for you, motherfuckers. God damn it.
Get it.
What else we got, Jake?
Do you guys see See the baseball game last night?
Yo!
Crazy finish.
Craziest fucking finish. You didn't see that shit?
I was drunk as shit last night.
Man, well, surprise, drunky. Damn, Joe Buck. Shout out Joe Buck on the call. Joe Buck gets a lot of shit.
Joe Buck is so dope, bro.
Joe Buck gets a lot of shit for being wild. Then we'll see you tomorrow morning.
And we'll see you tomorrow night.
Yeah, people give Joe Buck a lot of shit, but
I didn't know he got that from his father.
Yeah,
his father was.
Yeah, his pops was it, but I don't know. People don't fuck with Joe Buck, and he could be a little dry sometimes. But he's absolutely nailed that fucking call last night. He was like base hit, and he drops, and it's going to home, and he slips, and he drops the ball. The craziest finish you'll ever see in a baseball game ever. Down two.
I gotta watch that shit.
Two errors. Fucking base runner slips. That's what it takes. If I'm talking to you about how exciting this baseball ending is,
we'll watch when we get back.
That's when you know.
We'll watch when we get back.
I'm like, wow. This is what baseball needs. Baseball needs a little crazy. Baseball needs
a little insanity.
Baseball needs a little fucking insanity. There's not a whole lot of uncertainty when it comes to baseball. It's just long innings.
There's tons of
home runs.
That's why I watch that shit.
Rob home runs and double plays. Did I miss anything? Is that all baseball is?
That's why I watch
baseball is 7 plays. When you think about it, baseball has 7 fucking plays: strikeout, home run, rob home run, double play,
drop ball,
error,
error, collision at home plate.
Don't forget about
there's just
walks.
there's a lack of fucking spontaneity when it comes to baseball. It's so traditional.
That's not.
Bat flips. Bat flips they just let us start bat flipping.
Bat flips been around.
Remember how mad motherfuckers were when Jose Batista fucking flipped that shit to Mars?
Batista's trash.
My man flipped the fuck out of that shit.
I was
My
like,
man cracked it and was like,
I'm like, my G.
Like, Jesus.
If you can't hit a fucking home run that sends you into the World Series and toss that bat as high as you want, I don't want to play the sport.
That should be a privilege.
Why would you want to play? If they want to rob you of that once in a lifetime joy, hey, greatest fucking athletic moment of your entire life, Eden. Please act like you've been there before. Fuck you.
That's like are you kidding me? You gotta.
I want to see Eden's bat flip.
That's bullshit.
When you dunk on somebody, it should be a right and a privilege to stare them down without any technical, without any
no.
or slap the backboard.
If you're Shaq, act like you've been there before.
Nigga, no.
You dunk on people all the time.
I'm nigga.
If you dunk on another 7 foot, if you do something that you haven't done, you should have at least 10 seconds to do whatever the fuck you want.
Dunking on someone should provide you the privilege to talk shit. I don't care how many times you've done it. I don't care how tall you are. I don't care what year you're in.
Yeah.
If I dunk on you,
the
goal is
the referee needs to do this. Put the whistle in his pocket.
7 seconds. I should be able to rock your shit and then taunt, yell, smile. Give me 7 seconds.
It has to be some shit that we've never seen before.
No,
because then it'll be just all craziness. Because then there'll be people like, because then you don't want the motherfuckers down 20. They dunk on somebody like, it's like, shut the fuck up, right? What are you doing? But like, if you're Vince Carter in the Olympics,
right,
and he used to soar over a 7'4" dude,
I have that on my wall.
Dunk. Like,
I deserve prisoners for the entire game.
You should be allowed to fucking stop the game, go at mid-court, have a spotlight come on you, and do the fucking and let it rain, clear it, and let it clear it. Let's get it. The ref should let you fucking.
Yeah.
It's a deep Jake what stop.
It's like I forgot. I think it was Michael Irvin that scored a touchdown, or no, Terrell Owens scored a touchdown and ran straight to the midfield on the fucking Dallas Star. That should be that. Yes, that kind of celebration.
But do you remember what happened to him when he?
Then he got rocked.
Yeah.
He got.
Well, like he did, or he tried to do it in like a Philly uniform or something.
Mm-hmm.
Who was it? DeMarcus Ware?
Yeah, I think DeMarcus Ware like chased him down and knocked him off the Star, which is hilarious. But yeah, man, the no fun league. They're getting better at it though. They're getting
the no fun league.
They're getting some fun celebrations now. But man, what else we got? Let's just wrap it up, Jay. I'm so hungry.
That's about it.
It's about
retiring. Busta Rhymes said something about.
We'll talk about that when we get back. But definitely.
But do you guys want to talk about what was it? You were in a room with Meek Mill earlier. Don't want to touch that.
Oh, Clubhouse. Clubhouse might fuck around and end podcasts.
Bro,
Not this one.
It ain't for me. That's
I don't know if I like podcasts.
That's all. For right now, that's all I'm going to say. It ain't for me.
I don't know if I like Clubhouse that much.
It ain't for me.
It's a little bit too free-wielding in that bitch.
Yeah, it ain't for me. That's all.
I went in there this morning. They was talking about putting booty holes and stuff. I'm like, all right. There's got to be some sort of decorum.
Yeah, I'm cool. It ain't for me.
And you know what it is?
Like I barely like hearing myself talk. I don't want to hear y'all.
You know what it is? You know what it is? There's a lot of rooms where people shouldn't be. Like,
see, like
you can't lurk on Clubhouse.
This is the
you can't lurk on Clubhouse.
This is the thing. There's like
I'll be seeing motherfuckers.
There's a hierarchy, and there's just like, why are you on the stage?
Yeah, it's like, why are you moderating?
Like, you know, I'm cool. Y'all
not even on the stage. Not even on the stage.
No, you can be in the room listening. Obviously.
Oh, I think last night was like the first time I've talked on Club. No, the first time I was on Clubhouse. Shout out Rashad Drake for sending me the invite. First time I was on Clubhouse, Rosgold and Woody had like a fucking Western Conference Finals like playoff like end of the game like yo let's all chat and like you know guy who's the guy on the Cavs that's fucking tall that's a commentator now. Not Kendrick Perkins, the other one.
Commentator.
Yeah,
in general.
fucking light skinned. You know who he is. Anyway, bunch of NBA guys. Chasing Cash was in there. You know, a lot of NBA guys and music guys. Just talking hoops. Just talking about the Clippers, why they blew it, what could they do next, all this other stuff. I'm like, oh, okay, I see this. Like, this is dope. Like, all right, like I love using social media if it's not for work stuff. I love to like live react. I love to, you know, tweet along.
Oh, so you were on there while you were watching the game.
Right, yeah.
Okay,
I'm like, okay, like this is a cool like watch along tool. Like if I'm watching a game or, you know, I'm watching a dope TV show, like it'd be cool to be in a room where I can talk with like 100 of my friends. Or
it's
like
live
10
tweeting with voices, that's all.
Right, it's live tweeting with voices. But there's other rooms in there that are just
reckless.
I don't need the we don't need 1 million panels a week, guys.
If you're on Clubhouse, late nights, early mornings, that room never stops.
Never stops.
Like late nights, early mornings, like they'll be in there 6, 8, 12 hours, and it's like 200 people. And
they gotta brand the hell out of that though. Whoever's behind that.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I mean, Joe was in there. I was in there one day, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's not for me. And then
I see the vision though.
Tonight we were in a room with Meek, Kellen. You were in there, and Meek was in there like, yo, this shit boring as fuck.
It is boring.
What are y'all talking about?
It is boring. You know what it is? It gets boring when like famous people walk in. Because everybody tries to be fucking cool.
Yeah, everybody tries to be funny and shit. It's like
tries to say some extra shit, like yo, try to like interview the motherfucker like in the clubhouse.
I'm like, bro, it's not like that's why I was like, let me get out of here.
Now it's weak. Like when somebody's in there that clearly either like one or two people know or nobody knows, it just gets quiet and awkward, and you're all just waiting for like the famous person to say something. And I'm just like,
the nigga was like, yo, one of the other niggas was like, yo, and we'll end it right here. Nigga was like, yo, you know, I got a topic. You know, we can talk about this. So I'm listening. I'm like, all right, cool. This is about to be fire. Yo, why do women hate Philly niggas? I'm like, all right, let me get out of this shit. Let me get out of this shit. Because no one ever says that, bro.
Too many pick-me's in Clubhouse.
Yeah, like, why do women hate
It's
Philly
like,
niggas?
just say you want someone to like you, bro.
Yeah, like, bro,
like, just say
that's
it.
Off that.
That's exactly
why do women hate Philly niggas? I've never heard a girl say that.
I feel like this is going to be the beginning of a lot of us talking about Clubhouse. I'm
off the Clubhouse.
Listen, I see the vision though.
I get it. No, I respect it. I'm just like, it's not for me.
I definitely
at this
see
point
the
right
vision.
now, it's not for me.
I see the vision. I feel like a lot of news is going to come out of that thing sooner rather than later.
Yeah, somebody's going to get a screen recorded saying some crazy shit.
Yeah, it's going to be some fucking.
Yeah, somebody's going to do some fuck shit in there.
It literally.
Rudy Giuliani shit.
Oh, did you see that?
What about
the actual clip?
Oh, I didn't see the Borat shit.
Yo, the actual clip is wicked.
Yeah,
I saw that shit earlier. That shit is
Patreon.
Wicked. I don't even know why he would even be in that situation.
Well, he's a nasty nigga too. So.
Clearly.
I didn't need a video to.
Bro, that shit was wild.
Make sure you go vote though, because that's important.
That's the only important thing that y'all should take away from this.
Yeah,
vote.
definitely.
November 3rd is the last day. It is the moment that our lives can change for the better or for the worse, but we need y'all.
Well, it's gonna change regardless.
It's gonna change. Yeah, it's gonna change regardless.
Because win or lose, Got to be engaged. Got to be part of the process. Got to know what's going on.
But that's why we're here, to make sure y'all understand and use our voices and use our platform to educate and to educate ourselves.
Facts.
To inform.
Facts. So, man, it's a good episode. I feel good about this.
I love it.
This is my bat. This episode was a bat flip. This episode was a bat flip. When you know it
was the bike ride in. Got the oxygen flowing.
Yeah,
because he wasn't happy last one.
Well, he
wasn't happy.
It is Sunday.
Sundays are the light days.
Sundays are good days.
We had fun.
Anyway, make sure you are subscribed to Patreon. Patreon.com/say less. We're building. We're gonna have lots of dope shit in there. We got an awesome fucking setup in there, so we'll eventually be able to have some folks pull up, have some live episodes, we want to be as interactive with the Say Less audience as possible. We want to come and touch y'all, well, safely. We want to come, we want to do as much as we can, because we know, it's a bandemic. Bandemic. It's a lot of shit going on in the world, and anybody who subscribes to listen to us two talk about whatever the hell's going on in their life, it means a lot. It really does. So it's one thing to subscribe, it's one thing to get the free joint, it's one thing to share the videos and do all that type of stuff. It's a whole other thing to pull some money out your pocket and be like, I believe in this here.
Thank you for all the people that are subscribing on Patreon and actually throwing the money down, and thank you to my nigga that pulled up on me in the hookah bar last night and show respect. Thank you, appreciate that.
Yeah,
we any little thing, any big thing that we get is
I feel like the foundation's set now. I think that was the last that was the last brick to the foundation. I think now we're gonna start seeing the house starting to really build.
Yo, it's love to y'all niggas, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Pops is calling, but it's love to y'all.
It's all good. We'll wrap this up. Make sure you subscribe to the First One podcast on Amazon Music, starring DJ Khaled. This week's episode is the one and only Kelly Rowland of Destiny's Child. Check that out. That's a great episode. Make sure you subscribe to the patreon.com/say less. YouTube.com/Kazeem, where you're watching right now. I know you subscribe on Amazon, fucking Apple, Spotify, Google, SoundCloud, wherever. But please, we really appreciate you coming through to youtube.com/Kazeem, fucking with us, growing that platform. This really is one of the things I look forward to every week.
I love this shit. Don't get it twisted.
It starts my week off right.
I like putting these episodes out and putting the clips up, because I like how our conversation.
Oh, you know who gave us mad love yesterday in Clubhouse? Fucking E from Dreamville. He's like, yeah, he was in Clubhouse, and Meek was in there too. He's like, yo, Kaz, you unload those clips you be putting on Instagram, man. That should be funny as hell, yo. Really fuck with the podcast, man. Love it and shit like that. So I was like, yeah, bring J. Cole next. I'm kidding. I'm fucking with you. Nah, I want him to come on the show too.
Nah, yo, listen.
Boss was one of our first guests, way back in the day. Yeah, he was maybe a third or fourth guest.
Roz was third.
Roz too. Yeah, Roz
was fourth.
Roz was second.
Yeah,
Roz was second. Yeah,
we gotta get Lauren on here too.
Oh yeah. I think we're all kind of getting to a space where man, it'd be really tight to get a video set up in the Patreon room.
Oh yeah,
and fucking get that Zoom popping and just start inviting folks back here, man. We're in good shape right now, man. I think
the movement is. I think we're in a consistent, nice flow. Yeah, and it's going up, and the things that we're doing.
The bricks are set.
Yeah.
However the house looks like, it's up to you. Everybody listening here, subscribing here. Eden's working his ass off. Jake's working his ass off. We over here living, putting out this content every week. Thank you so much for tuning in each and every week, man. You see where the podcast space is going. And, we know you guys can listen to literally anybody else in the world. And the fact that y'all listen to these two knuckleheads do mean a lot to me. So appreciate you so much. Make sure you register to vote. If you already registered to vote, kick it in them lines. I know it's a long fucking wait, but goddamn it, it's worth it.
Yeah.
And like we say each and every week, stay free, stay safe, and always say less.
And wear your fucking mask.